What is going on, guys? DBG here, and this is another one of the tier list videos. So yeah, in today's tier list of the best overall players hit 1,000 likes. This tier list is going to be the best budget players. So this one is kind of hard list to do because I didn't know whether to just say best players under 10k, and which is kind of tough because there's kind of a bit of a market crash now. It's tough to find which ones exactly are less than 10k, or maybe I'm just going to rank them based on value. I decided in the end I'm going to rank them based on value. So there are going to be some cards that are probably better than cards that are above them. It's purely going to be ranked on value. And I'm going to give a price just in and around what they are. Obviously, sometimes prices go up, sometimes they go down. There is no way of really accurately giving prices for cards, but these are going to be relatively close. But anyway, yeah, that is pretty much it. So we are now going to go onto the tier list. We're starting off with Paul George. And I'm telling you guys, Paul George, like you guys might be thinking Paul George isn't anything spectacular, that he's only just one of the current series 2 sets, but of all of them, Paul George is pretty good. First of all, he's 6'9" and he can play at the 2. He's got clamps, he's got silver quick first step, he's got silver range extender. Yeah, like sure, he isn't necessarily the greatest shooter in the world because he doesn't have range extender, but I'm telling you, for 2000 MT, you cannot go wrong with Paul George. Like for that price, he is an absolute steal. And again, you're looking at a guy who's got silver quick first step, silver range extender. And if he had quick draw, he'd be without question a usable card in budget squads. His defensive overall is 98. His badges are pretty good, great defensive card, and just overall solid player, especially for the price. So for that reason, Paul George is going into, for 2k MT, he's going A tier. He is going A tier. Next up is Karl Anthony Towns. So Cat's alright. Cat's okay. Got 14 gold, so he's definitely better than the Ruby. He's about 1500 MT. Decent post game, good enough mid range, good 3-ball. Good dunker. Not a great block rating of 70 though. But again, not the worst thing in the world. He's actually got really good speed, ball, and acceleration, not the worst lateral quickness. In terms of offensive centers, he is pretty good and just overall solid. For his price, he's good, but overall, I'm going to put him into C tier. And then we got Joellen Beed, who is basically Cat with a little bit better defense. So Joellen Beed is going B tier. There's probably a lot more of these current overall cards, but when I was looking at an extreme budget price, which was like less than 2k MT, these three were the 3 that consistently came up, and they're the 3 pretty good ones. If I was to talk about the current Series 2 sets, probably Clay is one of the ones that I would say is worth picking up just because of his 5 Hall of Fame badges. But I don't think Clay is the cheapest. So like as of right now, like Clay is about 3.5, 4k MT. So he's actually not the worst. So actually no, I probably would, like if I was to make this list again, I probably would put Clay there. So Clay, yeah, he's 2k MT. Clay Thompson, A tier. I just completely forgot about him. So he's gonna go into A tier. Miles Turner, I'm putting him in S. Got some absolutely elite defensive badges. We actually just picked up a Clay Thompson for 1200 MT, so when I was looking at my console, that's pretty good. But yeah, so Miles Turner, again, really good. He's got elite defense, shoots the ball really well, is quite tall. For a center, quite mobile. Actually, no, he's not quite tall for center, he's 6'11". Quite a good rebounder, quite mobile, blocks shots, and does pretty much everything you need, so S tier. Karl Malone is going to go into A tier. He should be way better than Miles Turner, but he doesn't really feel it. Like, yeah, he's got Hall of Fame Intimidator and stuff, Hall of Fame Defensive Leader, which is great. Release is really good. Shoots the ball well, is super quick for a power forward. Price of around 10, 11k MT puts him down in A tier, whereas Miles Turner is only around the 5k MT mark, so that's why he's going there. Jeffries is going B tier, brings nothing on offense, and his release is nowhere near as good as it was last year. I can't shoot well with him at all. Really good defender. Like he's basically a better Jonathan Isaac. He got a decent-ish, like, well, again, he's not a great shooter, but not awful. Decent-ish driving dunk, but he's a fantastic defender, and he's 6'11" with clamps, so he's going B tier. Then we got Dante Exum, who I'm going to put into B tier as well. Not the most expensive card in the world. He's got clamps. He's got a good handle. He's got a glitchy enough jump shot, had glitchy drill moves. The behind the back patch, getting rid of that has kind of slowed him down a little bit, but Nah, he's still a good card, so he's going into B tier. Pretty sure he was S tier the last time. And then we are going to go to Michael Porter Jr., who I'm going to put into C tier. He's got no clamps and can't really play defense. Offense, he's pretty good, but doesn't have range extender either. At the time, he would have been elite, not anymore. Shaquille O'Neal. A tier, for the only reason for that is because he can't shoot. Shaq is really, really good, lads. He's really good. So Shaq can play pretty much power forward or center because of his speed. He locks people down. A really, really good defender. He's also a good shooter as well. From mid, surprisingly enough, like, you would not think it with Shaq. Like, his stats terrible, but he hits pretty much every mid-range shot I take with him. I don't know why. He's basically the pink diamond. Basically the pink diamond with slight downgrades, and he's 92. He's 92 overall and like 1500 MT. Next is our next S tier player and it's Chauncey freaking Billups. I'm telling you guys, Chauncey Billups is another level good. Like, you can see him. I use him on my main squad. I actually use Chauncey Billups over Derrick Rose. I use Chauncey Billups over Gilbert Arenas. He just does not miss for me. He's basically got Hito's release, but better. His release is so nice. Chauncey Billups also is fast, a good defender, has got Hall of Fame dimer and floor general. Man, he's just next level good in this game. Chauncey Billups is absolutely fantastic. I'm telling you, he is unreal. So, yeah, next we are on to D Brown. D Brown, A tier. A tier, yeah. So, he's got a good handle, really good jump shot, can shoot from limitless, dunks on everybody, and can play defense. The reason why he's not S tier, he doesn't have like dimer, floor general or anything, and there's just better players to put up there, to be completely honest. And also the fact that he's like 5k MT to pick him up at Amethyst, so he's not even expensive fully evoed. So yeah, he is another one of the really, really good cards in this game. So then we are going to go on to Jordan Clarkson. So Jordan Clarkson, before he's evoed, he's like a slightly worse version of Dante Exum. However, once he is evoed, he becomes a slightly better version of Dante Exum. So the place I'm going to put Jordan Clarkson is, I'm going to put him right beside Exum because his evoed version at Amethyst probably be higher. Lower version would be C, or Ruby be C tier. However, he's not easy to evo, so for that reason I'm going to put him in B tier just in terms of value because it will take quite a while. Jeremy Lin S tier, one of the best point guards in the game, period, and he's free. Yeah, it does take about 2 hours to evo him up to make him elite, but in those 2 hours he becomes worth about 50k. He is absolutely elite tier player once he gets to even 93, and 95, 97 he's just unbelievable. Then we got Dennis Smith Jr., no clamps. Obviously fantastic offensive player, but if you've got no clamps, you're already fighting a losing battle. You can't play defense. So while against a bad player, he might be able to hold his own, he might be able to look good. Against a good player, he's not going to be great. Then we got John Starks, who I'm going to put in B tier as well. Kind of the problem with Starks is that while he is decent, he is definitely decent, and I just realized I have Jeffries in there twice. He's got no quick first step, even though he's a good defender, good dunker, good shooter, can shoot from deep, good release. And having no quick first step is quite big because he struggles a little bit to get separation. And for that reason, he is going into B tier. Van Horn is also going to B tier. Van Horn is a elite, just spot up shooter. 1k MT for this card, about 5k MT for his Amethyst. He will hit jumpers. That's literally it. Like when he's wide open, he will hit shots, and that's what you need him for. He can shoot the ball, and he's 6'10", can play quite decent defense, got clamps. Not kind of elite, and you know who I'm actually bringing down? I'm going to bring down Paul George 1 because he does not belong in this tier. I know I initially put him in there. That's the wrong player. Paul George here. I'm going to bring Paul George down 1 tier. I'm going to bring him down 1 tier. But don't get me wrong, he is still a pretty good card. Next, we are going to go to Terrence Davis, who I'm going to put into A tier. So Terrence Davis is a fantastic player. He's basically D Brown. He's D Brown, but he's 6'4", and he's got Hall of Fame limitless. And again, like 4k MT. Like D Brown, you can pick him up at Amethyst for somewhere between 3.5 and 6k MT. And then you're looking at Davis, who's basically the same player for 4k. So there may not even be a reason to pick up D Brown, especially because Jeremy Lin, Chauncey Billups, and Terrence Davis are all cheaper. Like the 3 of these guys at your point guards, you don't need to pick them up, but D Brown's still exceptional. Next, we have got Kenny Walker. And Kenny Walker is going to go into B tier. He's actually fast, got a good release, good dunk. He's got decent height of 6'8", can play a little bit of interior defense. And again, for 800 MT, you can't... Actually, no. He's 800 MT. Pure value-wise, he's going A tier. And then next up is Steve Nash, who... he's probably a little bit more than the 10k MT. However, he's a 98 overall pink diamond. And I have also seen him up for less than 10k MT. Like, and I don't mean like rarely see him up. I've seen him up a lot for that. I've seen him ending on bids for like 7.5k MT. Like, it is ridiculous how cheap this card is. Steve Nash is basically a slightly more expensive Chauncey Billups. I prefer Billups, but again, that's just personal preference. I think Nash is probably the better card. Nash at 25 intangible, 98 overall. Literally, if he can do everything except dunk. He's almost got perfect stats except for dunking, and he's around 10k MT. Like, you can't, like, there's no reason he's not an S tier. And again, 3 of these guys are point guards. Next up is the S plus tier, the guy I think is the best of all of these, Lance Stevenson. I put Chauncey Billups, Lynn, and Steve Nash amongst the top point guards in this game. I would put them in I think they're comparable with all the small point guards in the game. It's tough to make comparison with them and the likes of Simmons, LeBron, and stuff because they're just too big. However, if you're comparing it to like Gilbert Arenas and stuff, you can make an argument that any of these guys belong in that conversation. I put Lance Stevenson in the Galaxy Opal MJ, Galaxy Opal Vince, T-Mac, Buddy Hield conversation. Like, I literally put Lance Stevenson in that conversation with the best of them. Because I don't miss with him. He's 3k MT, unbelievable handle, dunks on everybody, Hall of Fame clamps, elite defense, and Hall of Fame limitless range as far as I know. Or maybe he's goal limitless, but it feels like Hall of Fame limitless. It actually is goal limitless, but it does not matter. Unbelievable stats as well. Hall of Fame quick first step so he can get by people. This is one of the best cards in the game, period. And not just budget cards. This would be like S plus tier. And that's putting him over the likes of Steve Nash and Jeremy Lin. And I love Jeremy Lin. Next, we are on to Doug Christie. Doug Christie is going to go into C tier or B tier. An absolutely elite defender. And like by elite defender, I mean elite. Like 90. Once he gets evoed up, he's like got like 97 lateral quickness. As well as having Hall of Fame clamps. Basically all the defensive badges you need, Hall of Fame. Shoots the ball relatively well. Doesn't have limitless, doesn't have quick first step. So for that reason, he's B tier. Jarrett Bhagnani. Best shooting big in the game bar. Actually, no. Bam Adebayo is probably taken over as the best shooting big in the game. I've only used Sabonis once, so I'm not really going to talk too much about Sabonis because I haven't used them enough. Okay, so I just realized I put the same pile of players in there twice. But yeah, no, we've got some good players here. And obviously, as I was saying, Bhagnani is one of the best. He's right up there with the best shooters in the game. Actually blocks shots well. He's intimidator off being absolutely elite. And he's like a better diamond cat in my opinion. We're going to put Jonathan Isaac in C tier because he's basically got no quick draw. If they gave him quick draw like they gave his, the current Series 2, this guy would be a better Jarrett Jeffries. However, he doesn't have quick draw, so in my opinion, he's just a slightly worse Jarrett Jeffries, but they're very, very similar. There's a lot of similarities between these two cards. I think Jeffries having the extra height advantage, having quick draw as well as being that little bit taller, is what puts him slightly ahead of Jonathan Isaac. Donovan Mitchell, A tier. He's like 5k MT, and he basically is a better deep round. Dunks on everybody, shoots the ball really well, fantastic defender, super quick. A 95 overall diamond for this price because the locker code is an absolute steal. No question about it, he's a steal. Then we got Pat Bev, elite defender. Do I put Pat Bev in A or B? I'm gonna put him B. I like the card. Don't get me wrong, I really do like the card, but I think that not having range extended for a point guard, especially one that can't really attack the basket, is a big, big negative. Man, we haven't even had a C tier player yet. And we got Charles Oakley, who I'm going to put into B tier as well. I'm putting Charles Oakley in A tier. I'd have Charles Oakley on my team over any of these guys. There is something about Charles Oakley, and I don't know what it is. It was in my Road to Glory series. I just play better when Charles Oakley's on the floor. Don't ask me why. For some reason, I just play better when Charles Oakley's on the floor. Could it be placebo? Yes. Could it be the fact he's got defensive leader? Maybe. Could it be the fact that I have his release down to a T and he doesn't miss when he's open? That could be it. But for a guy who can't steal a ball, cannot block a shot, and cannot score a layup unless it's a wide open layup or dunk, as well as can't play in the post. He is fantastic. I don't know why, but he is fantastic. We are going to go C tier Grant Hill. Grant Hill again has everything on offense. For like 2k MT, you're getting 40 goal badges, which is unreal. Unfortunately, no clamps and also no range extender, meaning that he's going to be outclassed. Let's be real. He's going to be outclassed. Anyone with clamps and quick first step will burn him. And Jerry West, you know what? I hate Jerry West. I'm just going to say it. I know he's 4.5, 5k MT. I hate him. I hate this card. I could not care less that he's cheap. One good thing though is that he's cheap and he's part of the set that goes in for Giannis. But at the same time, the cheaper he got, the more expensive Godrich is getting, so it kind of evens out. But Jerry West, not very good. Can't really shoot the ball, can't really defend, can't go to the basket, just can't really do anything in this game, to be completely honest. They had to make him bad because the pink diamond wasn't good, and they didn't want to make him better in the pink diamond too early. Eddie Johnson, A tier. Straight up A tier for Eddie Johnson. Eddie Johnson has got a great jump shot. He's around 10k MT. He's quick. He can play defense. He can shoot from limitless. He's 6'7", so he's got good height. Nah, he's really good. Eddie Johnson's really good. Problem is that he does have steady shooter, which is why I was considering putting him in B tier, but I don't think I can justify putting him lower than that. Jeff Petrie, I'm gonna put him. He's so good. Like, he's got no clamps, but he's so good on offense. I'm gonna put him B tier. Like, if they do release a Diamond Jeff Petrie with clamps, that card's gonna be the point guard for a lot of players. I'm telling you that right now. His release is that good. His release and animations are that good. He's got fancy footwork. He's got an elite hop step animation. He will be a lot of people's point guards if they release a Diamond with clamps. He's like, his only problem is again his lack of clamps. And then we have got this guy right here who's going into B tier. It is Bruce Bowen. Bruce Bowen has got clamps, can hit wide open jump shots. That's literally it. Like, no range extender, nothing. He's basically, obviously his diamond's pretty good, but even his diamond is basically just Doug Christie, but slightly worse in my opinion. So yeah, gonna stay in B tier. Maybe a low B tier, but it'll be B tier. And then we have got Jojo White, who's going C tier. Jojo White has got the leaner. He's got Paul George's jumper with the Hito leaner. However, leaners are not overpowered this year. Jojo going into C tier, unfortunately. I like Jojo. Don't get me wrong. Jojo is a great card. However, just outclassed at this stage. And Jerry Sloan is a card who's released week 1 of the game. I'm putting him in B tier. I'm telling you, he is fantastic. Like, he's got an elite release. He's got clamps. He's got great defense. He's got a great 3-ball. The problem with Jerry Sloan is, again, he's basically just Bruce Bowen, but slightly better in my opinion. That's literally what you're getting with Jerry Sloan. And again, he's 2k MT, same with Bruce Bowen. So for their price, they're unbelievable value. And then for like 9, 10k MT, Kyle Lowry is going to go into A tier. He's not as, I think he's like, Kyle Lowry's like a worse version of Chauncey Billups and Steve Nash. And he's a little bit more expensive than Billups and almost the same price as Nash. And he's a little bit worse than them. But he's still really good. Like, I don't think there's any use for him anymore. Like, but if you're a big Raptors fan, you want to use Kyle Lowry. If you're a big Lowry fan, then go ahead. He's fantastic. But I just think he's kind of outclassed by Billups, Lane, and Nash. And then if you want athletic players, he's probably outclassed by Davis and Brown. So a little bit outclassed, but doesn't change the fact that he's not elite. But anyway, yeah, that is pretty much it. This is my tier of the budget players. That is pretty much it. This is the last tier list of the month, probably. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.